into this because, that factory, I got to know what was going on here. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Join the fam. Shout out to Mr. Ballin. If y'all haven't subscribed to him, go do so. And if you haven't here, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Join the fam. Now let's check this craziness out.
A young man discovered an abandoned-looking warehouse surrounded by barbed wire in the middle of a Nigerian forest. Today's story is about the absolute horror they found inside of that building. Today's episode is going to be extremely upsetting, extremely graphic. As such, viewer discretion is advised. But before we get into today's story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious deliberate story format, you come to the right place because that's all we do. We upload once or twice every week. So, if that's of interest to you, please offer the like button a free session of acupuncture, but as soon as they're lying down, go ahead and administer a full-body allergy test. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Alright, let's get into today's story.
Last chance, prepare yourself. Because I ain't never heard him intro it like that in the videos that I've checked out from him. I haven't heard him intro it like that before, so he got me at the edge of my seat.
In Nigeria, motorcycle taxi drivers are called Okadas, and in Ibadan, which is one of Nigeria's biggest cities, home to 3.5 million people, there are a lot of Okadas. However, despite their massive numbers, these Ibadan Okadas are actually a fairly tight-knit community made up primarily of young men. And so in early 2014, when 2 of these Okadas went missing, the community immediately found out about it and was really concerned. And when the police did not appear to be doing much to actually go out and find these 2 guys, the community of Okadas decided to launch a search of their own. Basically, as they went about their day, driving around the city, dropping bears off, all of these Okadas would be going down side streets and looking in back alleys and checking all over the city for their missing members. But despite their best efforts, they never could find them. Then, on March 22nd of that year, a 3rd Ibadan Okada vanished. He was a young man named Lanre Siku, and unlike the other 2 riders who went missing while they were at home, Lanre went missing while he was working. Lanre was part of a group of Okadas within the city who all kind of met up on the same city street, and that's where they stayed throughout the course of their day, trying to wave down fares as they came up. And so everyone in that meetup point all knew each other, and so they all knew Lanre. And on the day he went missing, they recalled seeing him driving away from this meetup point with 2 passengers on the back of his bike. Now, typically, the rides these Okadas would offer to their passengers were very short. They're only driving them just around the city. And so it was very quickly noticed that Lanre had left, and after several hours had still not come back yet. When it was noticed by the other Okadas, they began talking about it, and someone said, give him a call, make sure he's okay. And so they called his cell phone, and Lanre did not pick up, which was highly unusual, not just for Lanre, but amongst the other Okadas. They always have their phones on because they're looking for new customers, and customers could be calling them, and so their cell phone is a vital part of their work. And so his phone is off, they don't really know what to make of that, and then out of nowhere, Lanre actually calls this group of riders. However, he was calling them on his 2nd cell phone. Lanre would keep a work phone and a personal phone, so he was calling them on his personal phone. And so when this other Okada answered the phone and heard Lanre's voice, he put the phone on speaker so the others who were concerned could hear what was going on. And what they heard was Lanre, totally hysterical, screaming into the phone that he needed help. He said that he and 8 other people he was with, who he didn't even know, had been kidnapped, and their kidnappers had brought them to this underground prison cell. They couldn't see anything, but they could hear people walking above them. Lanre also explained that when they had been kidnapped, the captors had taken all of their belongings, but they hadn't recognized that Lanre had this secondary cell phone, which is why he was calling from it. And so in between Lanre's frantic descriptions of what was going on and what had happened to him, these Okadas that received this call, they can hear in the background these other 8 people that are with Lanre in this underground cell screaming out as loud as they can, probably to get the attention of someone, anyone who was above ground who might be able to come down and save them. And so these Okada riders who are getting this call from Lanre, they're horrified, and they're trying to calm Lanre down, so he can explain where he is so they can go find him. And finally, Lanre, he does compose himself, and he gives them really specific directions to this footpath that led into the Soka Forest, where he said he had been taken. The Soka Forest was a very dense stretch of wilderness right on the outskirts of Ibadan. Lanre would tell them that he had no idea where specifically in the Soka Forest he was. However, he said, if you just keep walking on that path, eventually you'll hear us calling out from underground. And
now, what would make me, normally people, I would have expected them to like blindfold them to where they were going. So obviously the people who kidnapped them don't even really care about them seeing how to get there. And at the same time, they figured he didn't have a second cell phone. So, yeah, I was thinking maybe they would have blindfolded him so he wouldn't have known where he was or tried to contact, but yeah, they did. So, scratch that theory.
Come and save us. And so as the riders turned on their bike and got ready to head out and go rescue their friend, they told Lanre to stay on the line. Let us keep talking to you until we find you.
God
as
damn
they're
it,
telling
man.
him that, his phone abruptly cuts out, and then when they tried calling him back, his phone was off. About 40 Okada...
Charge your cell phone, people. Say, charge your cell phone, people. Mine is on the charger right now. What percentage is that, bro? That's like your grandparents telling you, you know what I mean? Make sure you got clean underwear when you go outside. Yeah, I'm at 98%. I ain't done yet. Charge your cell phone, fam. Nothing worse than needing your lifeline and it goes dead. You know what I'm saying? It used to back in the day you could have a spare battery, but
It cuts out, and then when they tried calling him back, his phone was off. About 40 Okadas from Lanre's meetup spot took off together and sped down.
Hey everyone, today we are going to be going over a brand new way to skip straight to the snowfields, or to actually just straight skip to the end boss. We are also going to be going over a great farming method as well, so stick along. We first want to pick up our mount, which is located on the map. You can go to the Lost Grace, claim it, and then you will be interacted with the NPC. Once you do this, head east, pick up the map. We then want to head to this location on the map, which is the Dragon Runes. Once you are here, you can then go inside the runes, and we are then going to interact with the chest. I will speed this up so that you do not waste too much of your time watching. We are going to open up this door. The rats are low level, so you should be able to take them out. Once you do this, open up the chest, and you will then be teleported to a different location. From here, we can then proceed on to the next step. You will arrive here at the Crystal Tunnel. We can then go down and claim a Lost Grace, because we first off need to pretty much get a trip to the Round Table. The only way this is possible is if we do interact with one of the Lost Graces that is over here. And it's not this one, because this is inside the Crystal Tunnel. What we need to do is we need to exit outside of the Crystal Tunnel and then head south. As you continue to go forward, follow exactly where I go and try not to interact with any of the enemies around here, because they will one-shot you. We are so low. I think my character is at a level 8 or level 9. I will let you guys know on the thumbnail there. But anyways, once you are here, you will then locate this Lost Grace. You then want to interact with it, and the NPC will then talk to you, say, hey, if you want a trip to the Round Table, you accept it, and then we then want to pause and head back to one of the Lost Grace that we just were at, where we picked up corn. So let's head over to Gate Front. Once you are here, you can then head towards the east once more, except that we are going to take the right-sided path at the Fork Road. You'll eventually come towards the bridge, and this is where we then need to take the right turn. Do not take the left, so at the Fork Road here, take the right side. You can then continue on forward. We are going to then come across a bridge, go past these enemies, and then continue along the path. At this point, you will then arrive near a vendor, as well as a Lost Grace. You can then interact with it and claim it. At this point, we can then just locate the map that's towards the south. I did not show this, but if you would like, you can definitely do that. It's really close, and it even shows you on the map exactly where the map is. Now that we have the map, and I can now show you exactly where we need to go on the next step. So let's go here on the map, and let's proceed on forward. I will show it again briefly right here, so that you know exactly where we are going, because we have to go up here in order to reach that spot. So let's go along this path and locate this tower. When you are here and you have located the tower, you would then want to proceed up the ladder. Continue to do this until you are up to the very top. I will speed this through again so that you are not wasting too much time watching this. So let's go ahead, go up the third ladder, and then let's proceed on to open up this staircase. When you have done so, you can then just wait it out and be teleported. When you are teleported, you will arrive at this spot. You can then locate the Lost Grace that's straight ahead. After you have sat down at the Grace, you can then locate the round table, fast travel, and then Alt F4. If you are on console, you can turn the game off, or you can close the app. Now that we have arrived at the city, we can then head on to the next boss. So let's locate the boss, and then we will defeat him by simply using the shackle. You can acquire this from patches. Once you do have it, just simply use it behind the missed door, interact with the door, and you can then attack the boss, and he will not attack you back. So once you are done with that, you can then proceed on forward to the next location, which is going to the mountaintops. All we have to do from here is proceed on forward and locate the lift, which is a straight shot ahead. When you have located the lift, use the medallion that was just given to you from the NPC. Let's go ahead and use the lift. Once you've done that, pick up the map and then open it up, because we are going to locate Castle Soul, which is located right up here towards the north. Once you are here, use the Lost Grace, which is Castle Soul, then proceed on forward towards the south/west. Go around the cliff, go up the mountain, then officially you can then proceed on forward towards the cliff. Now as you go forward, you are going to want to double jump towards the left side to land on the ledge. So let's jump, double jump, turn around, and then double jump again. Make sure that you are double jumping so that you can land on the ground. At this point, you will see an icon pop up at the top left. It will ask you if you want to go to a Lost Grace or the stake. You will choose the stake. At that point, you can then proceed on forward towards the west. This is pretty simple from here. Again, if you've watched my videos, you know exactly what we are going to be doing. As for this next part, you will need to complete the puzzle, which is quite easy if you use the runes from the last boss to upgrade your character. So once you've claimed the Lost Grace and you have completed the puzzle, you can then go towards the north, and we are going to jump off the map like we have done in the previous videos. This is a great method right here because you just skipped a good majority of the locations or regions. Let's give a huge shout out to Tyrone, X3, Evoking, Chris Nug, Robert V, Diabolic Raider, Merciless Shadow, Helene, Chicago Bears, King Nasty, Captain Ziggy, Jace, Mad Manic, Big Case, Captain Awesome, Big Bearded Texas, and Syringes. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Everyone that has recently subscribed, thank you. And if you are not subscribed, turn on those notifications and subscribe and all that good stuff. I will see you all on the next. Go up the mountain, then officially you can then proceed on forward towards the cliff. Now as you go forward, you are going to want to double jump towards the left side to land on the ledge. So let's jump, double jump, turn around, and then double jump again. Make sure that you are double jumping so that you can land on the ground. At this point, you will see an icon pop up at the top left. It will ask you if you want to go to a Lost Grace or the stake. You will choose the stake. At that point, you can then proceed on forward towards the west. This is pretty simple from here. Again, if you've watched my videos, you know exactly what we are going to be doing. As for this next part, you will need to complete the puzzle, which is quite easy if you use the runes from the last boss to upgrade your character. So once you've claimed the Lost Grace and you have completed the puzzle, you can then go towards the north, and we are going to jump off the map like we have done in the previous videos. This is a great method right here because you just skipped a good majority of the locations or regions. Let's give a huge shout out to Tyrone, X3, Evoking, Chris Nug, Robert V, Diabolic Raider, Merciless Shadow, Helene, Chicago Bears, King Nasty, Captain Ziggy, Jace, Mad Medic, Big Case, Captain Awesome, Big Bearded Texas, and Syringes. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Everyone that has recently subscribed, thank you. And if you are not subscribed, turn on those notifications and subscribe and all that good stuff. To actually just straight skip to the end boss, we are also going to be going over a great farming method as well, so stick along. We first want to pick up our mount, which is located on the map. You can go to the Lost Grace, claim it, and then you will be interacted with the NPC. Once you do this, head east, pick up the map. You then want to head to this location on the map, which is the Dragon Runes. Once you are here, you can then go inside the runes, and we are then going to interact. To actually just straight skip to the end boss, we are also going to be going over a great farming method as well, so stick along. We first want to pick up our mount, which is located on the map. You can go to the Lost Grace, claim it, and then you will be interacted with the NPC. Once you do this, head east, pick up the map. We then want to head to this location on the map, which is the Dragon Runes.
Cully. You there? Could you help us out, Cully? Yeah, you there? Stop pretending you can't see me. Why won't anyone look me in the eye? I'm not that ugly, am I? Oi! You there? Could you help us out, Cully? Yeah, you there? Stop pretending you can't see me. Why won't anyone look me in the eye? What'd you go and do that for? Oh, yes, I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned, and so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me. Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right. But I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them. So I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore